Most people spend their whole life looking for answers. Why am I stuck? Why do I feel empty even after achieving so much? Why does it feel like something is always missing? They chase success, love, freedom, but no matter how far they go, it never feels complete. Here's the truth no one told you. There is a door inside you. It's invisible, silent, but powerful. This door doesn't open with effort. It opens with awareness. And once you open it, everything in your life begins to shift. Your thoughts, your fears, your identity. This is the inner door, and it's been waiting for you your whole life. You might be wondering, what exactly is this inner door? It's not something you can touch. It's not locked with a key, but it controls everything about your life from the inside. 1. What is the inner door? The inner door isn't physical. You won't find it in your house, your job, or a relationship. It's a hidden switch inside your mind, a doorway between who you are and who you could become. It's the boundary between living on autopilot and living with awareness. It's that quiet voice that says, there's more to life than this. Most people ignore that voice. They distract themselves with goals, with noise, with other people's opinions. But deep down, they know something's missing. The inner door represents that missing piece. It's the entrance to your real self, not the version shaped by fear, ego, or society. It's not about escaping the world. It's about finally facing it without the masks. But if this inner door is always there, why don't we open it? Why do so many people live their entire lives without even knowing it exists? 2. Why most people never see it. Most people are too busy chasing the world outside. They're looking for love, success, approval, but they never stop to look within. They're scared of silence, scared of being alone with their thoughts, because when the noise fades, they might hear something uncomfortable. The truth. And here's the truth. The inner door never hides. It's always there. But your fears, your distractions, your conditioning, they block the view. You were trained to believe freedom comes from the outside. More money, better status, perfect relationships. But real freedom begins the moment you realize you've been holding the key this whole time. And yet, most people avoid that truth. Because once you see the inner door, you can't unsee it. And if you don't open it, you'll start feeling the weight of the prison you built around yourself. You might be thinking, how do I know if I'm stuck outside this inner door? The truth is, you don't need a guru to tell you. Your life is already giving you the signs. 3. Signs you're stuck outside the door. You feel like something's missing, but you can't explain what. You keep achieving goals, but the joy doesn't last. You're constantly busy, but deep inside there's a strange emptiness. You compare yourself to others. You feel restless when you're alone. You crave attention, validation, distractions. It's like you're running on a treadmill, moving fast but going nowhere. And worst of all, you feel disconnected from yourself. You laugh, talk, perform, but it all feels like a mask. That's how you know. You haven't opened the inner door yet, because once you do, you stop running. You stop pretending. You remember who you are. These signs might sound familiar, but let's make it real. Let's look at someone like Jake, a guy who seems to have it all together on the outside, but is quietly stuck on the inside. He's got a stable job, a decent apartment, hangs out with friends, and posts smiling selfies online. From the outside, it looks like he's doing fine, but when Jake is alone, no phone, no music, no one around, something feels off. He gets anxious in silence. He keeps himself busy just to avoid being still. Always scrolling, always chasing something new. He thinks, maybe I just need a weekend getaway. He goes. It helps for a day. Then the same old feeling creeps back. So he thinks, maybe I need a new relationship, or maybe I should switch jobs. He changes things again, but nothing inside really shifts. Why? Because Jake is looking outside for something that's locked inside. He hasn't opened the inner door. Until he does, he'll keep feeling like something's missing, even if he checks every box the world gives him. But here's the thing. Not everyone stays stuck like Jake. Some people finally pause, they stop running, and in that stillness, they notice something different. A subtle shift, a door they've never seen before, and when they open it, everything begins to change. 4. What happens when you open the inner door? You don't become perfect, you become real. You stop pretending to be someone you're not. You stop chasing things that don't matter. The fear doesn't disappear overnight, but now you see it, and seeing it clearly gives you power. You start making choices from clarity, not confusion. You begin to feel grounded, even in chaos. You stop blaming the world, because now you know. Your freedom doesn't come from fixing the outside. It comes from understanding the inside. You reconnect with your true self, the one that was buried under expectations, trauma, and noise. And for the first time in a long time, you feel whole. Now you might be wondering, if opening the inner door can change everything, how do you actually find it? Where do you begin? Because knowing it exists isn't the same as stepping through it. 5. How to find and open your inner door. The first step is silence, not just outer silence, but inner stillness. Most people avoid it because silence reveals truth, and truth can be uncomfortable. Sit with yourself, no phone, no distractions, just you and your thoughts. You'll notice resistance, restlessness, old emotions rising. Don't run. That's the door knocking. The second step is honesty, not surface level honesty, but raw, deep self-inquiry. Ask yourself, what am I really avoiding? What parts of me have I buried? Who am I when I'm not trying to impress anyone? And finally, surrender. Stop trying to force answers. Stop trying to fix everything. Let go of control. Let the door open when you're ready. When you're real, you won't hear a loud click, you'll just feel it. A shift, a calm, a quiet knowing that you're finally home. Opening the inner door is like finding a hidden room in a house you've lived in your whole life. You never knew it was there, but once you step inside, you wonder how you ever lived without it. And as the philosopher Rumi once said, why do you stay in prison when the door is so wide open? You don't need to travel the world to find freedom. You don't need more success, more followers, or more answers. What you need is already inside you. The inner door doesn't ask for perfection. It only asks for presence. Most people will walk past it, but a few, those who pause and feel, they will see it. And once they do, life will never be the same. The door is waiting. Will you open it?